Yo, what is good, everybody? My name's Coaster King, and today I got a good video for you guys. It's gonna be Six Flags versus Cedar Fair. Which park is the better chain? Um, it's definitely gonna be an interesting video. This has been debated forever. I think it's a pretty easy answer for a lot of people, but I try to make it as close as I can and kind of give my thoughts about a bunch of different parks in both chains. So I'm gonna first explain the rules to it. So how I did it was I ranked all the parks. I put them in a giant hat, pretty much think about it that way, and ranked them 1 to 15. Um, 1 being the best park and 15 being the worst park out of the top 15 of both collectively. Um, and then from there, I divided it. So the first park in both chains gets 20 points, second one 17, 15, 14, 13, stuff like that. You guys can read the numbers right there for the points. Obviously, it's very top heavy, meaning like the parks at the top are going to be worth a lot more than the parks at the 13, 14, 15 range. Um, so yeah, that's how I decided to do it. So let's just get right into it. Coming in number one, I don't think there's any surprise here. It's gonna be Cedar Point. And by the way, I did decide to do it from the top to bottom just because I thought it'd be a little more interesting. Cedar Point has so many great roller coasters. There's just an abundance of rides. Steel Vengeance, Maverick, Millennium. I can literally name so many rides that would be number ones at some of these parks that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Um, and a park like that obviously is gonna be number one. So Cedar Fair, excuse me, does get 20 points for Cedar Point number one ranking. Number two, I have Carowinds. Uh, so Cedar Fair gets 17 points for number two. Carowinds is an awesome park as well. Home to Fury 325. I think back to back here, you got two of the best coasters in America with Steel Vengeance and Fury 325. They also have Intimidator, an above average B&M Hyper, Copperhead Strike, their new Mack launch coaster, which is set to be like pretty good. A little bit of a letdown, but still pretty good. And overall, yeah, other rides like Afterburn that are a little underrated. Just a great lineup. One of the best lineups in the Cedar Fair chain, obviously, and better than all the lineups, in my opinion, in the Six Flags chain. I think they do need an RMC, but for now, they are number two. And he gets 17 points for the Cedar Fair chain. At number 3, I have Six Flags Great America, and a lot of people are not gonna like how I have Six Flags Great America as the best Six Flags park, but I talked about that in my Six Flags rankings video, so you guys can check that out if you want to. This park has an awesome lineup. Goliath, I think, is an underrated RMC. I feel like it's one of the better RMCs out there, actually. Um, Other than that, you got rides like X Flight, Raging Bull, just awesome rides that you really can't complain about. That's why I have it all the way up here at number 3, and I also, as well as a great supporting cast of coasters, whether it be Superman or Batman or whatever it may be. They have a ton of great coasters that really makes it number 3. So Six Flags get 15 points for Six Flags Great America's third place ranking. Number 4, right behind Great America. I think this is very close between 3 and 4, where I would put them. Six Flags Magic Mountain also has a phenomenal lineup. Obviously, they're very roller coaster heavy. They're trying to get the record for most coasters in the park. Usually fight Cedar Point for that. But this park definitely has quantity over quality sometimes, but has a great top tier roller coasters. Of course, they got X2, their Aero 40 roller coaster. They got Twisted Colossus, an RMC dueling coaster, which is, I'd say, an average RMC. They got Tatsu, which is pictured here. Seems to be an awesome ride. I have not been to this park, by the way. As well as a great supporting cast with rides like Superman, Goliath, Riddler's Revenge, Scream, stuff like that. Just a great park in general. I think they're going to get even better when they get their Raptor in the near future, and that would probably be pushing it up to the 2 or 3 rankings. But for now, Six Flags gets 14 points for Six Flags Magic Mountain's placement. Number 5, I have Kings Island. I'm sure a lot of people wanted this one higher. I just don't see their lineup being as good as some of the other parks I talked about. So the way I did it was I decided what rides are open right now, or over, I guess before the quarantine, what rides were open. So as we're going to talk about in a little bit, some other parks who had major attractions planned out, I didn't include them. So I'm not including Orion in Kings Island, or almost imagining that it's not there. Diamondback is a great ride. One of the better B&M hypers out there. Of course, Banshee is probably the best B&M invert out there. The Beast is cool, a little bit overrated, but still definitely cool. Missing Timbers is a great GCI Woody, so definitely a great lineup that Kings Island has. Um, it's one of the more well-known Cedar Fair parks for sure, and I do think it deserves a spot in number 5. And Orion will definitely help that out a little bit when it comes to the park. Number 6, Six Flags Great Adventure, and I was just talking about before, I'm not going to count Jersey's Double Coaster because it wasn't open. I'm not going to take that into account. So Six Flags Great Adventure is a great park. I won't say it's as good as Kings Island, but I think these next 3 parks I'm talking about are all really close. You can go either way with them, but I think rides like El Toro, Bizarro, Nitro, King the Ka make it this high in rankings. So they're gonna get, I think, like 10 points for Six Flags Great Adventures rankings, or it might be it's 11 points for their rankings for Six Flags Great Adventure. Kings Dominion is next. They're going to be getting 10 points for their 7th ranking. And as I was saying with the Six Flags Great Adventure, I think this is very close with Great Adventure. They have, of course, I-305, Dominator, as pictured here, and Twisted Timbers, I guess, are their top 3. They used to have Volcano, the Blast Coaster, rip that, but still a great lineup, still a great park, lots of fun in this park. Definitely not at the tier of Cedar Point or Carowinds, but still just a great park in general. And they definitely deserve the 10 points. Next is 8, Canada's Wonderland, who gets 9 points for Cedar Fair. Obviously, this lead is getting pretty bad now. 29-point lead. I think that pretty much puts away Six Flags for the rest of the video, but we're going to keep going anyways. Canada's Wonderland is a great park. Once again, this is kind of like Magic Mountain reminds me of. Quantity over quality. They got Leviathan, Behemoth, Yukon Striker, and then, yeah, after that, what other world-class coasters do they have? Not really any. So I think that this park is great. They can definitely use 1 or 2 more standout attractions. But other than that, definitely deserves the 8 spot and the 9 points that Cedar Fair just got. Now for the Six Flags parks. It's going to be kind of a spamming of them. Number 9, Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. This is one of my favorite Six Flags parks. Awesome park. You got Wonder Woman, of course, their RMC single rail, great ride. I didn't like the restraints that much. I thought it was a little overrated. Um, Iron Rattler, an awesome RMC, top tier, and after that it kind of gets to be repetitive of a lineup and not that great, but still a great park, and that's why it deserves number 9, just because of that top 2 that they do have. So they earned 8 points for Six Flags. Right after them is Six Flags Over Georgia, which arguably has one of the best um, roller coaster lineups in the chain, led by Twisted Cyclone, Goliath, probably the best B&M hyper out there, Mindbender, as we see here, and Daredevil Dive. Just awesome rides. They're going to get 7 points for Six Flags for this. Um, Great park. Can definitely use some more bigger attractions and a better supporting cast of coasters, but other than that, definitely deserves the 10th spot and the 7 points for Six Flags. Number 11 is going to be Six Flags New England. This park I do visit very often, so definitely know a little bit about it. Of course, led by Superman, which was formerly known as Bizarro, and Wicked Cyclone. If they can fix up those Superman restraints, maybe this is ranked a little higher. But until then, uh, Wicked Cyclone and Superman are just an amazing top 2. One of the best top 2s in this video that we're going to talk about of all the parks. So I definitely think Six Flags New England deserves I think it's 5 points. They just got Six Flags the chain. New England is a great park, and I think they need 1 or 2 more standout coasters to really push it up. And yeah. So pretty much putting Six Flags away is going to be Cedar Fair right here, coming with Knott's Berry Farm at number 12. They're going to get 4 points for it, get the 13-point lead. So Six Flags is done, but we're going to continue the video anyways. Knott's Berry Farm has an awesome line of coasters, definitely growing very fast. You got rides like Silver Bullet, as we can see to the right there, Hang Time, Accelerator, just awesome rides. I feel like they use like a B&M Hyper would be sick. Great addition to the park. Definitely fit in the lineup very well. It's California, really doesn't have any good hypercoasters. So I think Knott's Berry Farm would need that. That can push it up a little bit, but still a great park. Definitely deserves 4 points. Six Flags Over Texas gets 3 points for Six Flags. Just having a good lineup. I didn't really fall in love with this park. I feel like it got a little, dry after the first couple rides. New Texas Giant is fun. Shockwave is cool. Mr. Freeze is pretty cool too. I didn't like Titan, but yeah, great park. Definitely deserved the 3 points and a 13th ranking. Says something about these two chains, really, man. This was a great park, but the fact that it's coming in at number 13 in the two chains shows how many great parks they have. Number 14 is California's Great America. I think you can go either way with this over Texas. Led by Railblazer, of course. They just have a great atmosphere at the park. I feel like their coasters aren't necessarily as good as over Texas's, but they have a better atmosphere, better scenery, and it just looks nicer. You're not going to get this view at Six Flags Over Texas, if we're being honest. So that's why I have it here number 14. I think they can use a hypercoaster along with Knott's Berry Farm. Lastly, Six Flags Mexico. I didn't really know what park to put here, number 15, so I just put Mexico in here. They got Superman El Ultimato Escape. Pretty cool. Morgan Hypercoaster. I've heard good reviews about it. They also have, of course, Medusa Steel Coaster, their RMC. Not too many people have gotten rides on it, so I guess it's really unfair to say that it's like a below average RMC, but I'm going to consider it an average RMC. And yeah, so that Six Flags is 1 more point for Six Flags Mexico's rankings, and they officially lost. Yep, so our winner is Cedar Fair. I don't know why I have Cedar Point there. 75 to 64 winning, and obviously everybody expected this. I don't think anybody thought Six Flags was going to win this, but it was pretty close. I tried to make it close with some of the lineups, so if it was like a close matchup, I gave it to Six Flags usually, so that's why it's a lot closer than it should be. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the video and the rankings. Also let me know what you guys want me to do in the near future, whether it's like 5-year plan.